Marvin, an interior designer employed by Modern Designs in Sherman Oaks, California, and his wife Desiree, a swimming coach at UCLA, are an extremely happy couple, living in exquisite luxury in a sprawling house in suburban Los Angeles. Marvin gets home for the evening after a long day of working on interior design concepts to greet his wife. I'm home, Desiree. So good to see you. What's for dinner? Pot roast. That should be delicious. I've invited my new friend Steve and his new girlfriend Margaret over for dinner tonight. That's wonderful, Desiree. I certainly look forward to meeting them. Uh, at what time shall they be arriving? 7 o'clock tonight. Terrific. Steve and Margaret arrive a few minutes late for the dinner party. Steve, a tall but fat gentleman, appears at the front door with Margaret leaning against him. How nice to meet you, Marvin. This is my girlfriend, Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Don't you look pretty? Margaret just stares at Steve with dead eyes and doesn't talk. Let's see, your girlfriend isn't the liveliest person I've ever met, Steve. Maybe she'll perk up later. Okay, let's dine. Marvin, Desiree, Margaret, and Steve sit at the dining room table for dinner. Can you pass me the mashed potatoes, Marvin? Sure, Steve. Marvin passes Steve the potatoes. Steve begins to spoon large lumps of potatoes into Margaret's mouth. What the fuck are you doing, Steve? I'm feeding my girlfriend. I could see that. But why doesn't she just eat food by herself? Why do you shove food into her mouth? Why would you do that, Steve? Why, I should ask. That's how we do it, Marvin. So, Margaret, how was your day? Steve manipulates Margaret's mouth with his hands and talks to her like a ventriloquist. It was very pleasant, Marvin. Steve and I had breakfast at a fancy restaurant. We did some yard work in the afternoon. Now, here we are. Wow. Now, that's weird. You are talking to Margaret as though she's a puppet and you are a ventriloquist. Also, she has dirt on her and grass stains. What gives? Okay, Marvin, I'll tell you. Margaret is a dead person that I dug up from the cemetery yesterday. I was invited over to your place for dinner and tonight, and I felt bad that I didn't have a date. So I just brought her. So you are not a ventriloquist? No, Marvin. I want to be a ventriloquist. What a beautiful house you have. It's awesome to be here for the evening. Thanks. Have you ever had sex with the dead? No, Steve. When they are dead? I usually consider them to be not appropriate for that. It's so sensual. You should try it. Marvin looks to his wife, Desiree, for her approval. Would you care if I had sex with Margaret, being that She's dead. I don't care, Marvin. I had sex with her. When you have sex with a dead person, it can be so thoroughly fulfilling that she may be dead, but in some ways, truly alive. So sure, Marvin, you may bring that dead dame back to life. Thanks, Desiree. What a splendid day this has been. Thanks for coming over. Okay, so I'm get out another notebook. Tales of the Macabre. Okay, which one? I love these stories. They kind of tickle a very weird part of my brain, for lack of a better word. Okay, let's. Oh, I like this one. Jack Harrison, an interior design consultant from Portland, Oregon, was enjoying a vacation from his job in the suburbs of Portland when he stopped for gas at the Texaco station early in the morning. He stepped out of his green and white Chevy Camaro with white shag on the seats and fuzzy dice hanging from the mirror. A beautiful muscle car from 1973. Jeez. He walks into the convenience store of the gas station to purchase a pack of unfiltered Camels and a bottle of booze and beef jerky. Suddenly, there appears a woman from his neighborhood named Darlene Meadows. Whoa, Jack! I'm flabbergasted. You're flabbergasted? What are you talking about? I'm on my way to your funeral. Come again? You're on your way to my funeral. Yeah. Imagine my surprise at finding you here at the Texaco station. Well, there must be some kind of confusion. I'm alive. I noticed that. We find a person lying dead on the side of the road who looks exactly like you. He was positively identified as being you. This is an exact match. The resemblance is uncanny. Do you have a doppelganger that you know of? No, not that I know of. Well, the guy who has been positively identified as being you is having his wake all day today and until 9 p.m. this evening at Rutherford Funeral Home in Sunny Creek, Oregon. There is no Sunny Creek, Oregon. There isn't. Yes, there is. No, there isn't. I've been to every square inch of Oregon, and I know for a fact there is no Sunny Creek. There is. Okay, if there is, take me there to my alleged funeral. Okay, I'll take you there. Jack and Darlene jump into Darlene's car and drive down Route 79 and exited at Municipal Road. And sure enough, found that there is a Sunny Creek, Oregon. Wow, this is unbelievable. I never saw this town. I thought it was in every town in Oregon at some time or another. Well, there we are. Do you want to sort through this funereal confusion with the people at the funeral home? Let's go. Darlene and Jack walk into the funeral home and find a guy lying in the casket who does completely resemble Jack. Jack? You're still alive? Jack looks to Darlene. I have a great idea. Yeah? What is it, Jack? Why don't I get in the casket? We can clear the room for lunch and not allow anybody in there. I could secretly get in the casket and freak them out by mumbling. That would be a hoot. Let's do it. They clear out the room for lunch, and Jack climbs into the casket. All of his friends, relatives, and coworkers are brought back into the room where they begin having conversations about him. He really was a fine, upstanding member of the community, wasn't he, Jim? That he was, Margaret. He was very noble. I agree, he was a great guy to have as an ally. It's such a devastating loss to go on without Jack. What an invaluable member of the community Jack was. It's too bad he's dead. I agree, Margaret. It's going to take us a lot of time to get over him. Okay, people, can we be honest? Did you really like him? He's dead. You might as well be honest about how you felt about him. You know what? You're right, Steve. He's dead. That was our chance to say what we really think about him. After all, he's dead. He can no longer defend himself. I thought he was annoying. I hate the way he walked. It looked like a fat guy struggling to waddle. He never had anything pleasant to say. If you said hi to him in the streets, he would often snub you. He still owes me $400 from a poker game. I agree, Margaret. He was also so ungrateful. A few years ago, I was given a ticket to the exhibit in Sacramento, California, where the Barbara blow up doll convention was being held. The Barbara blow up doll convention? Yeah, this is a convention that is held every year in Sacramento. People from all over the country bring in Barbara blow up doll replicas to a convention in Sacramento. People are trying to guess who the real Barbara blow up doll is. Whoever wins gets to. Wow. On the caboose of a train that stops at various American cities. He took my ticket because I was unable to attend. He never so much as thanked me for it. Oh, Steve, what a jerk. By the way, who won that year? Sarah Copperman and a guy from Rhode Island. How did Sarah Copperman? She doesn't have a. She used a. Oh, I see. I'm happy for. I like Sarah Copperman. Sarah Copperman is a nice person. Isn't this great that we get to say bad things about Jack now that he's dead? All of a sudden, Jack opens up his eyes. They all look at him astonished, lying there in the coffin as he comes to life. All of them except for Darlene, who was in on it. I'm not dead. I heard all that you said. I would like to take you to the shed and shove you around before bed. You're not dead. I've never seen this before. I've never seen a person lying in a coffin and awake who suddenly came back to life. How did that happen? Darlene was in on it. The man who died looked exactly like me, and I was positively identified as being me. Darlene and I decided to pretend that I was dead to scare you. So Darlene was in on it. And by the way, what you said about me was awful. I'm not the terrible person you say that I am. Okay, maybe you're not, Jack. Yeah, you're good, Jack. Maybe too good. By the way, am I ever going to get the money that you owe me from the poker game? No. Yeah, that's what I thought you would say, Jack. Okay, great. This has really been an exciting adventure with you people. Bye, I'll see you. So that was a yeah, that was a story that I wrote a while back. Please join me in a few minutes for another story that I shall choose to read for our Halloween stories.